skateboarding isn't just a sport. It's a lifestyle, an art form, and a movement that's shaped culture around the globe. But how did a simple wooden board with wheels turn into a phenomenon? Today, we're diving into the most defining moments in skateboarding history and the legends who made it possible. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned skater, this story will leave you inspired. The birth of skateboarding. In the 1940s and 50s, skateboarding was born out of necessity. When the waves were flat, surfers in California wanted a way to replicate the feeling of riding the ocean on land. They called it sidewalk surfing. The first skateboards were handmade, rough, and simple, but they sparked the beginning of something much bigger. Skateboarding goes commercial. By the 1960s, companies like Yamaha started mass-producing skateboards, and the sport began to take shape. The first ever skateboarding competition took place in Hermosa Beach, California, in 1963, with riders showing off their balance and creativity. But skateboarding's popularity was still closely tied to surfing culture, and it wouldn't become its own identity until a decade later. Innovation and the Z-Boys revolution. The 1970s were all about pushing boundaries. Thanks to Frank Nasworthy's invention of urethane wheels, skaters could grip the pavement better, opening up possibilities for tricks. Around this time, the Zephyr team, or Z-Boys, changed everything. Tony Alva, Stacy Peralta, and Jay Adams began skating in empty pools, blending surf style with aggression and creativity. It was more than just a sport, it was a rebellion. In 1978, Ollie Gelfand invented the Ollie, the foundational trick that changed skateboarding forever. For the first time, skaters could get airborne without using their hands, leading to endless possibilities for new tricks. The 1980s marked the rise of true skateboarding icons. Rodney Mullen, known as the godfather of street skating, invented tricks like the kickflip, heel flip, and flat ground ollie, laying the groundwork for modern skateboarding. Meanwhile, Tony Hawk became a superstar in the world of vert skating, perfecting tricks that seemed impossible at the time. Stacy Peralta's Bones Brigade team elevated skateboarding to an art form. They didn't just skate, they made skateboarding videos that told stories, inspired creativity, and brought skaters together. Street skating takes over. The 1990s were all about the streets. Skaters like Eric Costin, Andrew Reynolds, and Guy Mariano redefined what was possible in urban environments, from grinding handrails to flipping stair sets. Skate videos like Video Days and Welcome to Hell became cultural landmarks, capturing raw talent and creativity. The X Games and Tony Hawk's 900. In 1995, the X Games brought skateboarding to a massive audience. And in 1999, Tony Hawk cemented his place in history by landing the first ever 900. It was a moment of triumph, not just for Hawk, but for skateboarding as a whole. It showed the world what skaters had always known. This wasn't just a hobby, it was a sport worthy of global recognition. The digital age, skateboarding for everyone. As skateboarding entered the 2000s, video games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater introduced millions to the culture. YouTube allowed skaters to share their tricks with the world. Channels like Braille Skateboarding made it easier than ever to learn, while the Barracks showcased professional-level challenges and creativity. Skateboarding in the Olympics. In 2021, skateboarding reached its peak mainstream moment by becoming an official Olympic sport. Skaters like Nyjah Huston and Raisa Leal took center stage, proving that skateboarding is as much about creativity and self-expression as it is about competition. The future of skateboarding. As we look ahead to 2025, skateboarding shows no signs of slowing down. Technology is already changing the game, from AI-designed skate parks to advanced materials making boards lighter and stronger. Virtual reality might soon allow skaters to practice tricks in a digital world before taking them to the streets. And with more countries embracing skateboarding, we're seeing new styles and talents emerge, bringing fresh perspectives to the culture. But the future of skateboarding isn't just about technology or competition. The next big trick, the next viral moment, or the next innovation could come from anyone watching this right now. Skateboarding has always been about breaking boundaries, and 2025 is your chance to push limits, explore new ideas, and leave your mark. So grab your board, find your line, and remember, the future of skateboarding is in your hands. Let's ride into 2025 stronger, faster, and more creative than ever. Skateboarding has come a long way, but at its core, it's still about freedom, creativity, and pushing the limits of what's possible. From the Z-Boys carving in empty pools to Olympic athletes representing the sport on a global stage, skateboarding is more than just a ride, it's a revolution. So whether you're just starting or have been skating for years, remember, every push, every trick, and every fall is part of something bigger. If you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new, subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Bye!